Peace and love, family. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel for the first time. My name is Monte. I'm your host. For those of you who are new, I want to go ahead and get into it and let you know that I have free daily workouts that I want you to take advantage of. Again, it's me demonstrating for you the movements that are necessary that I want you to do within the workouts. My clients will be demonstrating the moves. I will be in the background illustrating and coaching the clients, and you will have a example of what it is that you're going to be doing for your daily workouts. There are different workouts every day. I have up to 47 of them right now. You come in, you can get you a good regimen. Now, with that being the case, let's get down to what it is that I wanted to discuss today. I want to talk about the disease epidemic that we're going through, the disease, that illnesses, and all those things that we have that have become commonplace for us as Americans, particularly and specifically, but for the world in general. Many of these things, again, are lifestyle driven. Not that you're doing anything out of the norm of what American society or what the Western culture has presented to us as a way of going about eating and enjoying life. So we've been conditioned into a way of doing things. Now, knowing that this way of doing things is causing 90% of the disease that we suffer from. Again, disease is not the natural state of the human being. Don't worry about or don't fall victim to this idea that the human species is vulnerable to disease at the level of which we are experiencing disease. This is a direct consequence of what it is that we're doing as far as our nutrition, what it is that we're doing as far as, and these things we have no control of it. Our water supply, we have a little bit of control over that, but the air we breathe, we have no control over that. To a certain extent, we have these corporations putting that pollutants up into the air, and these things have been labeled or been pointed out as being contributors to a ton of toxic causing chemicals that cause disease. All right. So with that being the case, we need to realize that just because we have the convenience to do certain things doesn't necessarily mean those things are natural for us to do, and that those things are going to benefit us health-wise in the long run. You have to come to the realization with this. No matter what the material things that we can gather, if our health is lacking, then we're not going to be able to experience the fullness of life. So again, health must be the number one priority. But it's a lot of confusion going on around here about health, about what we should do, what we should eat, how we should exercise. A lot of this is clouded by the fact that money is involved, meaning there's a lot of money to be made in the health and fitness industry. There's a lot of money to be made and is being made in the pharmaceutical industry, in the health care industry. Lots and lots of money. So with that being the case, we have to go back and dig deep as to what it is that we've been conditioned into believing is natural for us to do. These things are a convenience and not necessarily natural. These modern things that we engage in. And again, let me preface this by saying I have no desire to be without the conveniences that we actually experience. My goal and my desire is to utilize the convenience and the technology that we have and have it in harmony and congruent with what nature has set out for us to be, as far as how we feed this mechanism called the human body. All right, that's where I want to be at. That's what I'm attempting to do. And again, I don't say these things absent the struggle of health issues. I had major health issues over the past 10 years, 5 years specifically, I've been dealing with a ton of things as far as my heart is concerned, as far as back surgery, as far as digestive issues, and you name it, I pretty much experienced it when it comes to the gamut of health issues, even though I'm in the health and fitness industry. So I've taken it upon myself to really go in and do tons of self-motivated research, not guided by I want this to be right, but guided by a natural inclination towards that which sits well with me when it comes to me studying nature and our interaction with nature and what this body was designed and is more in line with naturally versus those things that we do that are adaptive. We've been able to innovate many things that are not natural that we can do every day, all day. So it appears or becomes a natural way of living, even though it's not natural. Therefore, we get confused when someone presents to us those things that are natural and we reject them, but never studying how the body really and truly functions for ourselves. All this modern convenience when it comes to food is unnatural for us to be consuming the amount of food that we're consuming all day, every day. And nonetheless, for us to be trying to cook food all day, every day in order to follow specific diets. I'm speaking specifically about the ketogenic diet, which wants you to eat fat and more fat. And for most part, you're cooking that fat. This is not necessary for the body in order to lose weight. It is a way you can use to lose weight, but it has its consequences on the cellular function long term. Naturally, the way you get into what the ketogenic diet is trying to get you into as far as ketosis and burning fat is to fast. This is a natural way of going about entering into ketosis. The body does not require for you just to eat fat in order to lose fat. Makes no sense that this intelligent design that we've inherited would have to go about the process of needing the convenience tools of stove, refrigerator, and everything else in order to eat the way that the ketogenic diet wants us to eat in order to not become fat or lose fat. Makes no sense at all. This is not natural. Naturally, the way you can go about doing this is learning how to fast. And as you fast, your body would naturally run through the glucose stores and then naturally tap into the fat stores in order for it to burn the fat. So I have a lot of things with that. I have a whole 90-day program with that I can give you if you email me, and we can go from there. That'll be free. It's on me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna charge you anything for me to help you in order for you to become healthier. All right. So again, disease is not the natural state of this body, of this anatomy, of this physiology. It is not a disease-prone physiology. It's not a disease-prone anatomy. The whole 9 yards when it comes to our makeup is we have the tools innately in us when it comes to our body's ability to heal itself, but we've been misled as to what it is that we consume, whether it's drink or food, that blocks our ability and pretty much hampers the ability of the body to heal itself, because we're not feeding the body its proper and natural nutrition. So let's get deeper into what it is that we're doing. Understand that the body is not naturally diseased. If you are diseased, again, you have to go about trying to get yourself well. and you have to learn, you have to research, and you have to study. There's a lot of confusion out there, so it's a lot of things that contradict themselves, and it's a lot of foods that have been given to us that are said to be healthful, a lot of spices that are said to be healthy that are not healthy. One in particular is garlic. Do the research on garlic. Garlic is actually a poison. I didn't know this as well, but I loved garlic when I was a few years back, but I wasn't able to consume it because every time I consumed it, it would tear my insides up. So later on, I finally came to realization that I couldn't do garlic, but I still thought it was a health food because I thought that it lowered the blood pressure, and it does work to lower blood pressure, but at the same time it works to eat up the cell membranes of the body when it's lowering the blood pressure. So this becomes a negative result instead of that positive result that we're actually seeking. Again, we got to study, we have to dig deeper, and we have to look at things from a more broader perspective than the modern conveniences that we actually are privileged to be able to take advantage of. Again, I'm not slamming modern convenience. I'm going to take advantage of all the modern conveniences I can, but at the same time, I know that I'm going to utilize them in a way that is congruent with nature. That way I won't be working against myself. With these tools have allowed for us to work against ourselves. That's why. That's one of the main reasons we're so diseased. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Again, free daily workouts. Let's get it in. Let's stay strong. Let's challenge anything that is given to us by the popular culture and dig deep, study thoroughly before you accept anything. And that's coming from me as well. If you don't just take what I'm saying, study deep what it is that I'm saying and see if what I'm saying makes sense, if it ties into that which is natural. And if it doesn't for you, then feel free to comment on it and explain to me why it is that what I'm saying is wrong. And if I find that I am wrong, I'll drop what it is that I thought was right, and I'll go with what it is that has been presented to me as right. I have no ego. I have no ego when it comes to truth. Peace.